In 2026, Vancouver's libraries, community centers, and late-night study cafes are no longer just places to read, work out, or grab coffee. For many students, remote workers, immigrants, artists, and young professionals, they have become modern third spaces. Environments outside home and work where people search for focus, connection, identity, and even comfort. In a city often criticized for loneliness, high living costs, and the infamous Vancouver freeze, these spaces quietly hold the city together after dark. Walk into the Vancouver Public Library Central Library on a rainy Tuesday evening, and the atmosphere feels almost cinematic. Students crowd the upper floors with laptops glowing under dim lighting, while freelancers rotate between study pods and quiet corners. The library has increasingly positioned itself as a social and educational hub, offering free Wi-Fi, meeting rooms, recording studios, and study spaces that reflect how modern Vancouverites actually live and work. This shift matters because Vancouver in 2026 is expensive, extremely expensive. Many young people share apartments, live with family longer than expected, or work remotely from cramped condos. Social media discussions across Reddit and TikTok increasingly describe the struggle of finding quiet, affordable places to exist without pressure to constantly spend money. One Reddit user in r/askvon described their apartment as too small and shared to focus properly, asking strangers online where they could simply sit, study, and breathe after work. Another discussion about underrated focus spots revealed a growing desire for calm environments with outlets, stable Wi-Fi, and extended hours. That desire explains why Vancouver's cafe culture has evolved beyond aesthetics and latte art. Late-night cafes in 2026 function almost like unofficial student residences. Places such as Brecca Bakery and Cafe have become iconic among students and Gen Z night owls because they remain open 24/7 while much of the city shuts down early. Vancouver has long been criticized online for its lack of late-night infrastructure, with many Reddit users questioning why businesses close so early compared to cities like Toronto, Seoul, or New York. Yet cafes that stay open late are consistently packed with nursing students reviewing anatomy slides, SFU and UBC students editing assignments, and aspiring entrepreneurs building side hustles from corner tables. The popularity of these spaces also reflects changing work culture. Remote work and hybrid employment have permanently altered how millennials and Gen Z approach productivity. According to current research on third spaces and urban sociology, younger generations increasingly seek environments that blend productivity with emotional comfort. Libraries and cafes provide structure without isolation. Unlike home, they create accountability. Unlike offices, they feel personal and flexible. Community centers serve a similar purpose, though in a different way. Across Vancouver and the North Shore, community centers have quietly become intergenerational social anchors. They host language classes, basketball leagues, yoga sessions, cultural festivals, senior programs, newcomer workshops, and youth drop-ins. In a multicultural city where many residents arrive without strong local social networks, these centers help people build belonging. They are among the few remaining public spaces where people of different ages, cultures, and income levels still interact regularly. This role has become increasingly important as concerns about loneliness and mental health continue to rise. Scholars studying urban loneliness have noted that highly individualistic cities often struggle to create authentic social interaction despite population density. Vancouver perfectly fits that contradiction. Beautiful, modern, and active, yet frequently described as emotionally distant. Libraries and community centers counter this trend by creating low-pressure environments where interaction happens naturally. The city itself appears to recognize this shift. Vancouver Public Library has continued expanding and modernizing spaces into 2026, including major redevelopment plans for smaller branches in new children's learning environments designed around connection, creativity, and accessibility. These investments suggest that public spaces are no longer viewed as optional luxuries, but as essential infrastructure for education, culture, and mental well-being. Social media has amplified the cultural importance of these locations as well. Study with me TikToks, Productive Day in Vancouver vlogs, and aesthetic cafe reels have transformed studying into a lifestyle identity. Videos featuring rainy downtown walks into libraries, quiet keyboard sounds in cafes, and sunset study sessions at UBC routinely gain hundreds of thousands of views. Productivity itself has become performative, but it also reveals a deeper truth. Young people are actively searching for spaces that feel meaningful in an increasingly digital world. Ultimately, Vancouver's libraries, community centers, and late-night cafes represent more than convenience. In 2026, they are emotional infrastructure. They are where students chase ambitious futures, where newcomers find community, where creatives escape isolation, and where exhausted young adults attempt to reclaim focus in one of North America's most expensive cities. Long after office towers empty and rain begins falling across downtown streets, these spaces remain illuminated. Quiet reminders that even in a city known for distance, people are still searching for connection.